Good evening, wrestling fans. I'm your host, Lewis.
No encyclopedia today?
I'm definitely the encyclopedia. Who are you?
I'm the Wiz Kate or the heel Kate of Pro
See, he's even forget. I'm the encyclopedia of pro wrestling, and this is Evolution of Pro Wrestling. See, I changed it up on you. We did a little comedy there. Ha ha! Welcome back, wrestling fans. We are back. We are back in a big way. We're glad to be back. We're happy to be back. So much shit to discuss in professional wrestling, especially with our topic with Money in the Bank Civil War happening this Saturday at 3 p.m. Jeremy, welcome! There go my lovely wife and producer, Yesenia. Thank you for joining us, honey. I love you. Kevin Kopi! Thank you guys for joining us. We're going to have an amazing show today. A very special show that we're going to be... that we're going to have the pleasure of watching, the pleasure of discussing, that many people are watching at this time, and we're back. We're glad that we're back in a big way. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Jaden, it feels so good to be back. You know, I was telling you, damn, I couldn't wait a month. Like everything that's going on, we gotta come back. We gotta come back strong, and we gotta come back in a big way. You know, so. So tonight we're going straight ahead. But before we do that, we just want to announce that we are officially, as always, MA mature audiences only. Fucking it.
Oh my goodness.
Jaden, the wrestling world has been off the chain. New championship belts. Vince McMahon almost getting complete control of creative. AEW is on fire.
Yeah.
Legends passing away. Yes. Iron Sheik and superstar Billy Graham. Crazy. Oh shit.
Wow.
See, you still got the mandible claw. That's right, I still do.
The mandible claw.
We had there was so much happening in professional wrestling.
There was.
Holy shit. And then the implosion of the bloodline.
Yeah,
the Usos
crazy.
turning on the bloodline.
That was cool though. I was praying that happened.
Oh, but AEW Fight Forever.
Is it
the
the
video game?
Yeah,
holy
the game
fucking
nice.
shit! That game is fire.
Yeah.
I would get. That's it's kind of like a Nintendo 64 version, but I like it. And I like that they can come up with multiple championships and the barbed wire and all that shit.
It's really cool.
I'm down to get that game.
Yeah.
For sure. But like I said, the hottest thing going on right now is the implosion of the bloodline. Everything is happening. Rumor is that there's new members joining the bloodline. You know, family members from the Anawani family. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. You know, I apologize. But we are going to discuss the Money in the Bank predictions. But when you mention Civil War, it brings us to our topic of the night. We're going straight into the topic. There's many wrestling families in this organization. There's the Rhodes. There's the Guerreros. Who else? What other wrestling families here? You got the Ortons.
The Ortons, the Von Erichs, what other ones do you have? The McMahons. I don't know if you just said that, but the McMahons. There's just a few. There's a few of them. You know, a few wrestling families that you have around here. But yeah.
Well, when it comes to wrestling families, you have
the Hart
family. You have the Hart family.
How do I forget the Hart family? Let me see.
Come on, Jaden.
What do you mean? There's not that many.
There's the Wyndham family. There's a lot of families. There's many wrestling families out there.
I don't know. Those are all the ones I can think of. There's not really the
The Guerreros are definitely a wrestling family.
A little bit, yeah.
But the Ganyas, yes. Read that comment to me, Jaden.
Which one?
The one Brian just said.
Would you like to see the bloodline expand to something as big as NWO, have it stretched out through different organizations? That would be cool.
That would be.
The bloodline stretching out, somewhere different in other organizations, that would be pretty cool.
That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all.
I feel like
the Rhodes family.
I feel like honestly though, if they were to expand it, I feel like this is the way I would want the bloodline to go. I feel like if they were to expand it, I feel like Roman should be the head of the table, but you know, like just like how you know how like Solo's his bodyguard, you know, they should have one of those in like each promotion that, you know, one of his family members wrestling or something, and then, you know, make like this big other bloodline, and then, you know, when they all meet together.
Okay, now the question is Solo gonna turn at Money in the Bank? Do you think? That's what we're gonna find out tonight when we have our conversation.
Maybe
when we have our predictions for Money in the Bank tonight, because we definitely like Money in the Bank is actually gonna be a good pay-per-view.
I'm about to say, yeah, the card looks pretty good for it.
Like, it's gonna be a good card.
Yeah, the card does look pretty good for it. So I'm excited for Money in the Bank.
You know what I'm excited for? You know what I'm excited for?
What?
That our fans can be here to share our content together for this topic that we have it right now. He said, "Oh, the Bullet Club already done it."
Already done it.
Well, let's see what's gonna happen.
I'm about to say,
but
let's see.
We mentioned about wrestling families.
Yes.
Then you mentioned the Samoan Dynasty. The Samoan Dynasty has been around for generations.
They're
I'm
probably one
talking
of the
about
biggest families
way back,
ever seen,
to the point where we weren't even thought of yet. And it all started with High Chief Peter Maivia.
Yes.
You know, High Chief Peter Maivia was a promoter. He was a promoter. He was a wrestler as well.
Yes.
He was a Samoan American wrestler. He was an actor. He was a stuntman.
He did a lot.
Stunt coordinator. He did a lot. He was a grandfather of Dwayne Johnson.
He was.
By adoption, anyway. And he was also part of the famous Anawani family in professional wrestling. They made a name for themselves. Peter Maivia, you know, God rest his soul, because he was the one that started the legacy with all these great stars, these great Samoan stars that you hear today from the Anawani family. Like, and we're just gonna start off with our list because we have a whole bunch. We have a whole bunch. Okay, so Jaden, tell me this. When you hear of this legendary family, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Same thing for you fans. Same question for you guys.
Just like an amazing wrestling family. You know, it's like when you hear wrestling families, you like, okay, you know, there's a whole bunch of wrestling families in the wrestling business. But when it comes to, you know,
what's up, Russell? How's it going, brother?
When it comes to the Samoan Dynasty, you know, like you said, this has been going on like before me and you were even born. So it's like to hear a family continue generations for so long, having a big generation. You know, especially all the tag teams, all the singles fighters they had, all the legends they have.
The Samoan SWAT team, absolutely. That's one of them. With the Samoan SWAT team, you had Samu and Fatu.
Yes.
That's Solo Fatu Jr. Yes. That's AKA formerly known as Rikishi. Awesome star.
Of course.
Awesome. You know, he made a name for himself, but you know, he had some trouble though. You know, his gimmick wasn't really working here and there. You know, they wrote history within wrestling. Because that's what they did.
They
wrote so much history because of what they did in professional wrestling. You know, they made names, they made stars, they knew what to do in the bit, but they was tough as shit.
They were.
Like, I'm not gonna fucking lie to you. Like, Samoans are so tough that you take on one, you're gonna take on all.
Yeah, you're gonna take on.
But one thing is that the unity that they have as a family, as a unit, it's special. Yeah. You know, especially the Haka dance. Oh my God. Really I get so hyped up when I hear that song. You see me.
Of course.
You know, but
it's cool.
In professional wrestling, it started off with Peter Maivia. And unfortunately, when he passed,
the family is wrestling.
Exactly. They are. Because you name one top star. Like we mentioned Peter Maivia. His daughter, Anna Maivia, married Rocky Johnson, who was in the family, part of the wrestling family, you know, part of the Anawani family. Yeah. And, you know, it was a good investment, him going into professional wrestling, because Rocky Johnson was a big name in WWE. You know, but he said what? He said, yeah, I'd like to be a part of a Haka. Absolutely. Like, I get so hyped when I'm listening to it in my headphones, and you like wow. But you hear it, and you're like, okay, it's battle time. You know what I'm saying? He said The Rock is the most famous from that family. I don't know. I don't know about that. If you want to talk about movie-wise,
maybe,
okay.
yes.
Wrestling-wise,
I don't think
yes, he is the most electrifying man in sports entertainment.
Blase,
blase.
Man, but like, I don't think he's the most famous out of his whole family.
The stuff that the family that has done so much in this organization. You have, for instance, Afa and Sika, the Wild Samoans. Holy shit! This team, the Wild Samoans, knew what they were doing in the WWE.
Of course,
they were so fucking vicious.
They're not called the Wild Samoans for no reason.
I would have loved, I would have loved to see them go up against the Legion of Doom. Jeremy, what's up, my brother? How you doing?
That would be a classic.
Oh
dream
man,
match.
that would be an excellent dream match.
Classic,
excellent dream match, and they were fierce.
Of course,
they were fierce within that era. And when he said if he would have stayed in wrestling, then yeah, absolutely.
I'm about to say maybe
absolutely. If The Rock would have stayed in wrestling, he probably would have been bigger than Roman Reigns. Because right now, Roman Reigns is the biggest thing in WWE right now.
Yeah.
There's nothing. Listen, not taking anything away from Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins he's the architect. He is the visionary. He is who he is. But, sorry boys, beer and wine. Okay. But it's tough to call. You know, it's tough to call when you got a situation like that.
Right.
And we got something. Oh, David, what's going on, brother? Brian's father. He said Rikishi should come back and step in the head of the table. I agree. He should
come back and step.
But that's what intrigues me now. That now that the Usos are gone, you know, what's going to happen now? Is he going to come back? All the forefathers going to come back and like, what you doing here?
I wonder how many family members.
Can we see Afa and Sika back?
Could we?
You know what I mean? And when you talk about Afa and Sika, their son Afa Jr. You know, Afa Jr. He also went as Manu. He is we saw him. Yeah. We saw him in pro wrestling here in the independent scene. And in the WWE, he was in the WWE for a brief stint. Yes. And it was awesome. And the man is strong as shit. He's tall as shit. I'm like, damn. Super duper tall. Like, hell no. And the way he splashed the referees.
Oh, man.
Like, wow. Yeah, I'm like, shit. Like, that was violation.
Do you think we'll ever get The Rock versus Roman?
Possibly. In the future. It'll probably happen. Maybe
after Roman loses the titles, yeah.
It's a possibility.
I don't think they're going to keep the titles on Roman before he...
Okay, someone mentioned Yokozuna. Yokozuna was...
Okay, in terms of his character, he was not, like, Samoan related, but, like, for real, like, he is part of the Anoa'i family. Like, by blood, that's the family he actually is.
Okay, here's a question. Jeremy says, do you think Yokozuna should have been himself, or y'all cool with him being a fake Japanese? Imagine if he was used as a Wild Samoan instead of a sumo.
I was intrigued by that. I always wondered
because honestly, yes, he was Samoan because they tried the Samoan look.
I always wondered like
if you look at his biography on Peacock, he has a biography icons. They show you what he went through. They show you through the changes of what he did. And it didn't really work too much because there was too many Samoan wrestlers already having gimmicks. So they said, okay, let's try something else. But the family didn't mind. Why? Because he was doing big things. He beat Bret Hart at WrestleMania. And then here comes Hulk Hogan and fucked the whole shit up and caused them to lose. But then he won it again. That says something.
That does.
That says something. Yep. Coquina Maximus. Exactly. Coquina Maximus. That's what they called him. Coquina Maximus didn't work. Brian says the beauty of it is that he knew he was Samoan and he made himself believable to be Japanese. That's how good he was. I think it don't matter how they booked him. He would have killed it either way. Exactly.
I agree, definitely.
Exactly.
I still was always
David, that would be a good match. Roman versus Solo. Two powerhouse right there.
That can happen in the future.
No, but that's okay. Jeremy says, okay, Rock is probably the most famous and successful out of the family, but I think the Wild Samoans and High Chief Peter Maivia are definitely up there. Absolutely.
There's quite a few people.
Absolutely.
There's got a lot of them.
It did work. It worked and it went over. The Japanese work, it went over. And that's what made it so unique out of him. And you got other stars. L.A. Smooth, also a former superstar. He is Lloyd Anoa'i. He works in independent scene. He's another a powerhouse that has made a name all over professional wrestling, in the independent scene, all over Florida, all over Georgia. He's traveled all over the states.
Banzai.
When you hear that Bonza, that's some scary shit. When you hear that shit coming at you,
That is.
that shit was tough. Like, excuse me, I'm kind of parched. Take a little bit of my juice.
Yeah, he doesn't have water. This time he has juice.
I'm done. Sorry. But you mentioned, like I said, LA Smooth. You look at him, you look at YouTube, look at the organizations that he's had. This man has done so much in professional wrestling. You know, people still book him to this day. He was in WWF under ring names as Fred Williams, Tashin Savage. I can't pronounce the first name. I'm sorry.
Where is it?
Right here.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, he was also he was also in Extreme Championship Wrestling. The man did a lot of stuff. Right. He did a lot of stuff in wrestling. You know what I mean? And that's part of being part of the Anawani family.
East Coast indie scene now.
He said you just sounded like Mike Tyson right there. Yes, you're right. Yokozuna was the first super heavyweight to win the actual Royal Rumble.
Was he?
Yes, that's right. Jeremy says, yo, that family runs deep. There's people we don't even know about. No, that's what we're going to get to that.
There's a lot of people that we don't know about.
For example, Eddie Fatu, Umaga. That man was so talented. You know, it's unfortunate what happened to him. You know, he was an actor. He had the potential to be a world champion.
Potential, man.
I'm telling you, man.
Potential.
But you know, with WWE, they put a lot of pressure.
Umaga, like Solo Sequoia, really reminds me of him.
I would have loved to see Umaga beat. LA Smooth was in the W. Yeah, he was. Look him up. LA Smooth.
Imagine the things they could have done with him.
Look him up in the WWE.
I feel like if Umaga was still here,
you'll see he's there.
He probably would have been Solo Sequoia's mentor.
Lloyd Anoa'i. He was, and also he said the whole family can be. They do. That's the thing, though. Alpha Senior runs a wrestling company here in Florida in WXW. Yeah. Like, it's a good independent circuit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And there's been people from that circuit in WWE TV.
Yeah.
Like, it's been amazing. It's been crazy, man. Like, you got stars like Lance Aona. He's the son of Samu, who was also part with Rikishi of the Samoan SWAT team. Holy shit.
There was, man.
Like, bro,
Samoan
like,
SWAT
guys,
teams are amazing. Oh, that's
those guys, the Samoan SWAT team, were so fucking amazing.
They were awesome. Man.
Oh man, they were awesome.
They were.
And when they came as the head shrinkers into the WWE, also won the tag team championships. Like, I love the connection, the determination, the way they wrestled in the ring. Like, they didn't give a shit, and they were tough. They were badass fucking tough. Because I would hear stories that back in the days, you know, with the Samoans, that when they fight, that when they come out of wrestling, sometimes they'll take, good show. They would take that personal. Because you tell them, like, what the fuck you said, nigga? Like, it was kayfabe. There was no kayfabe. Like, it's like, oh shit, like, this is bad guys versus good guys, all that shit.
It was always,
and you better be ready to throw down. He said, don't go headbutting us. Hell fucking no. Don't go headbutting
a Samoan.
Like, no. That's just no, hell fucking no. And
crazy.
And then you have Matthew Anawani, Roman Reigns' late brother. Unfortunately, he passed away.
Yeah,
but him at a brief point, him and Umaga had a good tag team 3-minute warning.
Yes.
I think they could have been champions. Tamina and Superfly, they're friends. They weren't really related to them. They're very, very close friends. But Tamina is the daughter of... No, they're not physically... They're pretty much neighbors, like family. You know, they're like family.
They've known each other for a
They've known each other for a long time.
Okay.
But they're not personally part of the family.
They're not by blood, basically. They're not part of the Anawani family.
Okay. You have, like you said, there's Samu Fatu, also known as the Tonga Kid. I'm not sure. I know many of you remember the Tonga Kid. You know, he was very old school with Haku. He had a tag team with Haku. They were called the Islanders. Also, Haku was a great friend of the Aoni family.
He was.
And the Wani family, I'm sorry. And they had a great tag team. Like, they were a great tag team. They were good.
They were.
And I was surprised they didn't win the tag team gold.
There's a lot.
You know what I mean?
There's a lot of people in that I was surprised that didn't wear the tag teams. And that team was one of the big ones that I wasn't expecting. to not.
I'm not sure, Brian. I'm not sure if Tamina is. I know Nia Jax is, who's also a
I thought
Samoan
Tamina was a
descendant.
relative of. I thought she was like. I thought they were cousins too.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think they are. I'm not too sure.
Tamina were cousins.
But
him and Tamina.
one thing's for sure is that when you talk about that family, it's like, for example, Joseph Yokozuna Fatu, who is Solo Sequoia.
Yeah.
Solo Sequoia is a fucking beast.
He is.
Like, he is, without a shadow of a doubt, an uprising star to me.
Nah, he has some big potential.
That I think he can do some fucking damage in professional wrestling. What are your thoughts on that, Jim?
Nah, definitely. He's like one of the most potential. He has a lot of potential, you know, especially coming from the Anoa'i family. You know, they put him in the bloodline. And, you know, now he's like working with like one of the main stories of the entire WWE. So it's just like, you know, I feel like, you know, he has big potential. And I'd rather see him as like either a singles wrestler or I'd just rather see him with the Usos. So.
Okay.
Okay. I like him. You know, he's a really good wrestler.
Okay.
Really good.
All right. So, do you see him winning a singles title down the line?
Down the line, yes.
Okay.
I feel like he has potential to be a singles competitor. At least to me, he has potential to be a singles competitor in the future. If he keeps going down the path that he's going down now, which is currently a great path, he could definitely become a singles wrestler at some point. In his life.
I'm not too sure, Jeremy. I think he might be Rikishi's little brother. Like, it's a possibility. I know he's definitely related. I know he's definitely related to the Adamani family. Tonga Kid. He is. He's definitely appeared as Tama also in World Championship Wrestling WCW. Spike City by Solo on Lesnar. Whoa!
Spike City by Solo on Lesnar.
Wow, that would be a battle. Lesnar and Solo Sequoia.
Holy
Solo
shit!
Sequoia. Hell yeah!
Solo Sequoia would, man.
Absolutely.
That man is a threat, man.
This family, I love to watch them wrestle.
Me too.
For an example,
Of course.
the Usos.
Oh, man.
Joseph and Jimmy. No, Joseph and Jonathan and Joshua.
Jonathan.
Formerly known as Jimmy and Jay, the Usos.
Usos.
You know, we apologize if they don't want to say their first names, but, you know, we're giving the history of this
Pretty sure
family.
everybody knows.
You know, and this team surpassed a record that no other team has ever done. What are your thoughts on that record-breaking tag team reign?
That is crazy, especially considering the Usos is one of my favorite, like current favorite tag teams right now. I feel like they absolutely deserved it. And, you know, it's like you said, whenever I see, you know, the like any members of the Anoa'i family, one thing I can say for sure is every time I see one of their family members on the screen, it's always a show. It's never, they always have you on your feet, or they always have you like, oh my God, like, did he just do this or that? So, yeah, it's interesting that the Usos actually, you know, completed that record. And it's
Absolutely.
Great
We all know the Usos.
It's great that they completed that record.
Now, let me ask you a question. Can you see Jey Uso dethroning Roman Reigns?
I don't think I can see him dethroning
Okay.
him.
All right. Here's a comment.
As far as dethroning him, no.
Brian says, to me, the Usos is the best team within WWE modern day era. Golden era for me was the LOD. I paid to watch that dream match between those two teams.
That's a
Hell,
good match. Oh yeah.
fucking yeah.
That would be a great. That would be
Absolutely great.
right there.
Absolutely great. One more question, guys. Do you guys hear us good? Because me, like a dumbass, I forgot to plug in my microphone because I was rushing. So I hope you guys hear us in good condition. So,
Oh, I just noticed you did.
you know, we've been talking, but we've been doing pretty good. So
We
we okay.
have.
Next time we'll put the microphone
just
on me. Like
noticed
on my
that
mouth, I forgot.
I just noticed you did.
You know, and I ain't getting no help from anybody. so.
Listen, I wasn't paying attention. Either, okay?
Well. Anyway, back to our topic at hand. He says Superfly married into this family, and Tamina is indeed a cousin. Okay,
so
perfect.
Tamina is a cousin.
Hell no, I don't see that. Yes, Jeremy, you crazy? LOD against the Usos?
That's crazy.
Hell fucking yeah, I can see that
What?
match. You see, Usos has surpassed as the best current tag team. Absolutely,
Yes.
David. Absolutely.
Yes.
He said Usos. He goes for like
Usos,
Usos
of
all
course.
day. They won.
The
They are,
Usos.
listen, like them or not, they are a good tag team.
They are a really
the
good
LOD,
tag team.
yes. But the LOD it's different. Like Brian said, the golden era back then was about muscle,
I'm about to say
power,
it was
all
about
that
muscle
bullshit.
and power. Now the Usos.
Now it's
is just,
wrestling.
you know,
It's
wrestling,
matches.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when you see dream matches, like for an example, not to be off topic, but there was a dream match that happened, I think in one of the pay-per-views of AEW, Sting versus Chris Jericho. After many years, they're old, yes, a little older, they fought a one-on-one match. Why? Because that's how you grow. That's what people want to see.
I mean, it happened so late, but
now
it happened.
Okay, for another example, Lance Anoa'i, he's also a great star. He's son of Samu. Yeah, that Samu is from the Head Shrinkers, the Samoan SWAT team.
Yeah.
He's also.
Dang, man, it's crazy how these people are linked to each other.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
That is so crazy.
There is a lot.
There is definitely a lot.
There's Jacob Fatu, who wrestles in New Japan. He's wrestled in. Hello, my lovely producer and wife just passed by and said, "Hey, thank you, and a wonderful smile." He's currently wrestling in MLW. He's the current MLW National Openweight Champion.
No, about Jay taking Roman down. Oh yeah, that would never happen. See,
well, you never know, man. You never know. So Jacob Fatu, supposedly, people want him to come to the WWE.
Maybe he could be another member of the Bloodline.
Possibly.
Maybe he could be another member.
Possibly.
Of the Bloodline.
That's what I'm saying. Now
it's definitely possible.
Hey, you never know. But you also got another cousin that is the nephew of Afa is Sean Mulata, who is also a very, very talented star who actually appeared a number of appearances with the WWE and took part in the first ever Cruiserweight Classic.
Interesting.
Very talented star. He took on names like Hideo Itami. He took on Shane Throne, losing to Shane Throne, Nick Miller. He's had great matches with Bobby Roode, from Tajiri, Brian Kendrick. He made a name for himself. Adam Cole. Yep. Exactly. He is his son. Jacob Fatu is Rakishi's son, I believe. Let me see. Let me check that.
Jacob Fatu? I'm about to say, I could have sworn Rikishi had another.
Let me see. His personal life. No, he is the son of, Sam Fatu. That's the Tonga kid. That is the Tonga kid.
Oh
not
my
Rikishi.
God. I could have sworn Rikishi did have another son, though.
Jeremy said, Bully made the statement that the Usos are the best ever because the only tag team to be involved in the best storyline in professional wrestling. That's true. That is true. Brian says, if WWE decided to create a triple team championship first team with the Usos and Solo. Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree.
I absolutely agree. And you gotta see, when you mention these families, it's like, holy shit, like, how many? But then you wonder, like, how many? Like, it's good to know that you can see these many stars from this family because they keep growing the family. They keep, like, for example, The Rock's daughter, Simone, Ava Rain. She's part of a member of the Shizim, a villainous stable. I'm not sure to pronounce that shit. I don't know. I'm not sure. But no, but listen, when you see shit like that, it's like, okay, like what we doing? Yeah. But she did good. She's doing good in that.
When is a Samoan or when is a member of the Anoa'i family ever doing bad, man?
No,
they're all stars, man. They're all stars.
They are all stars. He says Samoans took over the locker room back in the day. Yeah, because of their talent. Because of their talent. And then that's what gets us to the tribal chief, the current and defending undisputed WWE Universal Champion.
Roman Reigns.
Like him or not.
Or his name, I think his name is
Joseph. Joseph.
He calls himself Joe.
Joe Anoa'i. Formerly known as Roman Reigns.
Or known as Roman Reigns, because people still know him as that.
For an example. Roman Reigns, like it or not, is the greatest heel
in this generation. Right now, yes.
He is the modern day version of Hulk Hogan. If not Ric Flair, except more vicious.
I feel like he's his own person, honestly. Okay, in terms of popularity, yes, maybe he's like
not defending anymore, but
I'm about to say maybe he's maybe
but
in terms of popularity, yes, but Roman Reigns is just his
the man sells money.
He does.
He sells money.
He puts butts in seats.
He puts butts in seats. You know what I mean? He gets people's ass, and you keep him, and you learn to hate him more.
I'm about to say.
Why? Because he's good.
I'm about to say
the
he's
only
doing his
person
job,
to
though.
me, the only person to me that comes any closer
Oh my yes. Bro.
to
Yes, Roman Reigns.
to Roman Reigns as a heel is Dominic. Dominic is getting so much fucking
Every
heat.
time that guy tries to
Holy
open his
cow,
mouth, like
they
nobody
keep booing
they
him.
keep booing
They keep
him.
booing him.
Every time he tries to say something, man. Every time.
Exactly. He got the Brock schedule now because he's getting a little older. He has a family. He has twins.
got
He wants
the
to spend
Brock
some time with his
schedule,
family.
yeah.
And I understand. But that's why they made a World Heavyweight Championship. Seth Rollins, awesome fucking champion.
Of course.
Great. The best person you could have gave it to.
Yeah.
By far.
Absolutely.
So, but when you hear this whole family trio, Jay, you have the Wild Samoans. You have the Samoan SWAT team.
Yeah.
Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Eddie Fatu.
So many.
Rikishi, Tonga Kid, Yokozuna, Black Pearl, Reno Aona, also known as Black Pearl.
Black Pearl.
That's another person that is part of the Aoni family. That these two, that also is a powerful, like,
Is this a female or?
no, this is a gentleman.
Oh, this
This
is
is a
a
guy.
guy.
They call him the Black Pearl.
Oh, maybe he could join the bloodline too.
Hold up.
There's so many possibilities with the bloodline, man. Honestly.
Like, this man is 6'5". 6'5".
Whoa, 6'5".
And his career, he wrestled in the California promotion Empire Wrestling Federation and Pennsylvania in WXW as the Black Pearl.
Dang.
So, and then he won a tournament to become the first ever heavyweight champion in NWE, in New Wrestling Evolution. He's done a lot.
Talent,
Like he's
talent.
and when you see his career, you know, that's the thing that I understand, because many people ask, okay, why they never go to WWE? Why they not going to WCW? Why they not going to AEW? Because they know what they're doing. Because he's who's Black Pearl? Look him up. Reno Anawani. Reno. Yep, there you go. He says, Jeremy says, top heels, Roman, MJF, and Dominic. I agree.
I agree.
Dave says, I'm a minority. The bloodline makes me tune out. Just don't like his story. Roman is a respected heel. MJF and Dom are the type of heels you want to slap in the face on TV. You're absolutely fucking right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right about that shit.
Seriously.
You want
though.
to. You
He's
want to
right.
smack them in the
He's
fucking
right.
face.
Yeah.
Like, it's just annoying. It's fucking annoying. You know what I mean?
That was the best way to describe it. Oh, that's funny.
Okay, so you got Yokozuna, the Samoan SWAT team. You got LA Smooth, formerly known Lloyd Anawani, also big star.
Yeah.
Rocky Johnson, Peter Maivia. What do you see the difference in this family? And who do you think is the top star of all time in this family?
Right? Okay, of all time?
All time.
I really wouldn't have an answer for all time.
Your top five.
Okay, I feel like my top...
Give me your top five,
Okay,
guys.
I really don't. Okay, this is how I put it. Since it's like a really, really big family, I feel like, you know, the founding fathers, or, you know, well, the fathers, you know, people like the Wild Samoans, Rikishi, you know, people like that is, you know, like the dons of the family. But I feel like, you know, right now, the best person in the family would be Roman Reigns, because he's right now currently the face of the Anawani family, sorry. He's currently the face of the Anawani family, and, you know, due to him being the heel that he is the face of them. So right now, I feel like the difference with all of them is that they're not all the same.
No,
they don't
they
wrestle
all have
the
their
same.
styles.
They all have their
different
own
styles.
Look at Yokozuna, for example. Yokozuna was like, you know, interpreting that he was Japan, but in reality, his family knew that he was a Samoan. So they all wrestle different. Honestly, I feel like my top five would be...
You're missing one, Dave. He says his Peter Maivia, Roman, The Rock, and Yokozuna.
Yokozuna would be mine. Roman Reigns would be mine. The Usos. And honestly, I would probably say Rikishi. Maybe the Wild Samoans too. It's more than five, but those are just like the ones I like from this list of the.
Well, my list of the family, The owner family, because they all, like you said, they all
They're
have.
all different. They all have a unique. I've never seen only one that I can maybe say. I could be wrong, but the only one that I've really seen, like, I don't even feel like it's more so like a copying thing. I feel like it's more of like a tribute and more of like a how do I explain this? Basically, the only person that I've seen similar in the Anowani family is Umaga and Solo Sequoia. They remind me of each other.
That's true. Roman said
Roman needs to get more busy.
David says Roman needs to keep more busy to keep the top status.
He does. Yep. He does need to keep more. He can't have that Brock reputation.
Oh no,
because
absolutely
then that
not.
would destroy his career.
Yeah. I don't know.
Which two were the head shrinkers?
That was Samu and Fatu.
Fatu,
That was
yeah.
Rikishi and Samu. Oh man, this is a great conversation.
This is a really good conversation, of course.
Wow. So what's
Father,
next?
So have we cleared up? Have we cleared up?
Listen, okay.
Or not the predict. Have we cleared up
The Samoan Dynasty. The
Have
Samoan
we cleared them
Dynasty
up?
has always been a top family,
They
which
always
is
will
going
be.
to reach. Which is going to.
Always will be.
What do you think?
They always will be.
Okay.
The Samoan Dynasty will I'm calling this right now. The Samoan Dynasty will
Hey,
forever.
give me
be
1
the-
second. I gotta get my paper for my announcement. Give me 1 second.
Okay, well, I'm gonna sit here and talk to you guys about some of the Anowani, I said Anowani family, correct? Until while Dad gets his papers going, but I feel like forever and ever and ever until like wrestling is either not a thing. I feel like they're gonna be like generations of. He's gonna go get his bottle of water. Yeah, he's going to get some water right now. But I feel like currently, like this generation is gonna keep continuing. Like the Samoan Dynasty is just gonna continue forever, man. And I want to see what they're gonna do in the future. Like I'm really looking forward to what the new generation is gonna be like, and I'm hyped for it. Great topic for a return show. Yes, it was actually a very great topic for a return show. Dream match, SummerSlam. Hair versus hair, Dom Mysterio versus Jay the Hill Kid. versus Jay the Hill Kid. Let's go. Yeah, he doesn't want any smoke, I mean, he'll probably body slam me, but Dominic don't want to smoke with me. He don't want to smoke with the Hill Kid. I'll take him down any time of the day. But a great topic for a return show. This was a really good topic for a return show. Excuse me, I had to do a burp real quick. So let's see. So as everybody know, Money in the Bank is soon. Money in the Bank is really, really, really soon. And I'm looking forward to Money in... Oh, he's back!
Of course I am. Of
He's
course I'm
back.
back.
He's
I
back.
told you I had to get my paper here.
You had to get your papers.
Because we got to make a major announcement tonight.
We are going to make a major
Okay.
announcement.
So yes, Money in the Bank,
Money in the Bank.
which we were talking about the Anowani family, which leads us to
We were indeed.
Civil War. Money in the Bank. We're going to make our
Yes.
predictions right now.
Oh yes, the legacy will live on. By all means, the legacy will live on.
Absolutely.
Of course, that legacy will never die.
Well, let's start off with the first match.
Okay.
We have Seth Rollins and Finn Balor for the World Heavyweight Championship. Finn Balor has been on a wreck. Like, boys, I'm back. What I missed? You missed a whole lot, bro. We almost done with the show,
we're
my
almost
man.
done with the show. We were just talking about
Dom
the
Dom
Samoan
versus
Dynasty.
Bad Bunny sounds good.
Dom
That's not a
versus
bad
Bad
show.
Bunny.
That's not a bad show at all.
So what is the first match?
Seth Rollins and Finn Balor.
Finn Balor.
World
I'm
Heavyweight
gonna go
title.
with I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins.
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking maybe Finn Balor.
I feel like Seth Rollins due to the fact of him just getting the title. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins. What's everybody else's vote? Who you guys got? Seth Rollins or Finn Balor? Cheers, everyone. Cheers.
Salud. He's drinking a beer over there.
Seth start Finn's removal from Judgment Day.
That's true.
interesting.
He loses and then
Seth starts Finn's
it's
removal.
Seth. Yeah,
from
I think that will probably make him
Interesting.
become a face.
Maybe,
once he gets thrown.
maybe.
Rollins. I gotta say Rollins.
Everybody's picking Rollins.
I gotta say
then,
Rollins
So
too.
all right.
And Rollins is gonna take it, but I'll tell you this much: it's going to be a amazing matchup.
Yes.
Like, I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Rollins retains, of course. Yes. Rollins
Okay.
retains.
All right. So now, Cody Rhodes and Dominic.
I'm gonna go.
I'm actually going to. I think Priest might interfere. You're right. I think Priest definitely might interfere and cost him the match. And then that's when Finn Balor will probably get upset. I'm like, nah, I'm done. I'm done with this shit.
Yeah.
And then that's when they kick him out.
Yeah.
So you got Cody Rhodes and Dominic. I'm actually looking forward to seeing this match.
Me too. It's
like Dominic has actually been.
It's an interesting pairing match, though. That's like one I've never really thought
That's
of.
what I'm saying, though. Like, that's the shit. You see the kid, the way he is doing, how he's doing. He's actually become better in the ring. Like,
of course, compared to when he first started, of course.
Yep, I believe that too. Dominic's gonna take it because of Brock, and that's gonna set up the match between Cody and Brock at SummerSlam, and that's when Cody's gonna win that match.
Yeah.
I hope not. I hope he's not scrapping the Cody story, because that'd be dumb.
Who's scrapping the Cody?
Vince McMahon, because Vince McMahon is taking over the fucking production
again.
You know what I mean?
I don't know why, man. They need to kick him out. Like, kick him.
I guess when he bought the family, he was like, okay, I'm able to still take control and blah 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 and all that shit.
He gotta go.
Hopefully.
He gotta go.
Now let's get to our next match. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler defending the undisputed women's tag team championship against Raquel Rodriguez and the returning Liv Morgan. She came back from injury. She's kicking ass now. So, who do you think is gonna win?
I'm gonna go with the second team.
Raquel and Liv. I don't know. For some reason,
it's interesting pick, but I just feel like they're just. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like it's gonna be like a Vince thing.
To me, I think there's gonna be a heel turn from one of them. From Liv or Raquel. And I think it's Liv.
That's why maybe, yeah.
Yeah. This one's interesting. I think Dom wins with some type of shit finish. Of course there is. Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's gonna cause Cody. The referee's gonna go down. Rhea's gonna distract, and Brock is gonna come in and F5 and blah blah blah. Dominic Mysterio.
Exactly how it's probably gonna go.
We're like, wow.
Yeah.
And then we have the women's Money in the Bank. You have Becky Lynch, Zoe Stark, Trish Stratus, Bayley, Io Sky, and Selena Vega.
So this is the Money in the Bank. Honestly, I don't really have a vote for the Money in the Bank matches. I'm just like,
you just want to watch.
I just want to see the match. I just want to see what's gonna happen, man. Money in the Banks are always interesting, so I just want to see what's gonna happen. I don't even care who wins that match for real.
Yeah.
I feel like whoever wins that match, I'll maybe have my vote on what I think of them.
He said piss break, but Ronda and Shayna retain. You'd be surprised, man. Well, with Ronda Rousey in it.
I'm about to say, Ronda Rousey's like, she's a little stiff in the ring now.
Yeah.
So I don't really know. That's why I said Liv Morgan.
And Jeremy says Selena. Interesting. Trish wants to win and cash it in on Rollins. That's bullshit.
That would be, yeah.
That
makes that.
You know, we can't do that shit now because they forget it. They're the fucking politics and all that bullshit. We're not even mentioning.
I'm about to say, we don't get into that.
You know,
just straight wrestling.
Just sponsors and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
So. He said Charlotte Flair and Asuka going to be a goodie too. That's Friday actually. Asuka and Charlotte Flair are gonna fight this Friday for the title.
Asuka. Ever since she returned, man, Asuka's.
You're absolutely right, Brian. Ronda is not good at selling in the ring because she fucked up. Yes, she definitely fucked up the last time they fought. Io Sky is a logical choice. I'm going with Io Sky.
Io Sky is actually.
I'm gonna go with Io Sky. That would be good because I can see her going after Asuka, and that would be an excellent.
Aren't they both Japanese?
That's right. But they will put on a hell of a fucking match.
Of course, I love the Japanese heritage.
That's for sure. They will definitely put up a hell of a fucking match.
Of course.
Like, I would love to see it.
I used to think all Japanese people were related.
Now, this match was just announced on Monday. Matt Riddle is taking on the Chop Machine.
I'm not even
the Intercontinental Champion, Gunther.
I think Gunther's going to win. But
Well,
I'm not making a lie. I forgot about Matt Riddle.
There's people
heard about him.
Yeah, people are sleeping on Sky. She got so much potential and skill. You're absolutely
She's an
right.
underdog. She's gonna be the underdog.
Listen, let me tell you something. When it comes to skill, Asuka as a Japanese star and Io Sky are at the top of that list. Like I like Bailey, I like Charlotte, but these two, like you see the fighting, you see the athleticism of how they move.
Yeah.
They fucking move.
Of course, the athleticism, I can't really say height has always been on Japanese people's side, but I mean, at least, since they're not super duper tall, they're extremely, extremely fast, and, they're really good at movement.
He said, I think this is where Orton is going to return and face Gunther later down the line. That would be a hell of a feud.
If Orton can even return.
Well, supposedly he is returning.
That would be some crazy.
There is a lot of mentioning of people going, like surprises happening. Like,
I want to see Randy Orton, man.
Randy Orton possibly returning.
Is one of my
Bray
favorites.
Wyatt possibly returning as well. Like, there's so many things going on right now, and it's tough to say. David says Sky should be champion by now. Bailey is holding her back. Of course she is. And yes, Walter retains. Gunther will retain. That's a given.
Yeah.
Then you have the men's Money in the Bank.
Of course.
Ricochet, excellent star. Santos Escobar, Butch, Damian Priest from the Judgment Day. Oh, and Butch from the Ruling Roots. Shinsuke Nakamura. Sensational social media icon. I don't know why the fuck he was put in this match, but it was from a business standpoint I can understand. Logan Paul, and then L.A. Knight. Yeah.
We ain't gonna sleep on Logan Paul, man. He
did his thing, but why?
He's not gonna win. It doesn't matter.
Anyone but fucking Logan Paul.
They just need a fill-in.
L.A. Knight should win that. L.A. Knight should win that. And he should pretty much.
That one I actually have a vote for.
He should pretty much feud with
anyone but Logan Paul. They just needed a fill-in, though.
Anyone but fucking Logan Paul.
Everybody's been saying that. I ain't never gonna say I take the man's side, but everybody's been saying anybody but Logan Paul, and Logan Paul's been doing things.
See, everybody's saying Paul is a waste.
Like I said, Logan Paul's been doing stuff for the past however long he's been in wrestling.
Listen, I understand that Logan Paul.
I don't like the man. It's just like I said, he's a fill-in though for he can perform, but he can't win. That's what I'm saying. I don't want him to win. No. But as far as seeing him perform, I like watching him perform because he's not a bad performer. As far as winning though, he's the last person I want to win.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but my heart is saying LA Knight, but my brain is saying Logan Paul. Anyone but Logan Paul to win. I would love to see him perform because he's a good performer. As far as winning, no. Please don't ever make him win.
Absolutely.
He don't need to win.
Absolutely
he don't need to.
Okay.
He's just a fill-in.
I'm going with LA Knight.
Me too. Going with LA Knight. I'm pretty sure everybody.
And
a few people's going with LA Knight.
The final match.
This one I really want to see.
Civil War.
Yes.
Not defending, but the current WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa against Jimmy and Jay, the Usos. Civil War.
I feel like we could probably see one of the fathers come back.
That's what I'm saying. This is what brings us back to the Samoan. That's why.
Twins?
They're twins.
They are twins.
That's why we need to know that when you see this match, it is going to be.
Usos gonna win, but I see Sammy interfering some way somehow. I feel like the Usos are gonna win due to probably one of the Samoans interfering, like maybe one of the fathers or something like that.
I'm hoping to see it.
That's what I think.
But
I feel like somebody definitely is gonna interfere.
I think that Roman Reigns and Solo is gonna win this match.
I feel like
if they don't, it's because Solo's gonna turn on him.
Paul is not a proven wrestler.
He's not. No. He's talented.
That's what I'm saying. I like seeing him perform, but just don't make the man win. I don't care. I don't want him to win. No. Trust me, I don't.
Absolutely.
I just like seeing him perform because he's not a boring performer. Especially when he did the Royal Rumble. So,
it's going to be an excellent card.
But I got the Usos for this.
Well, I'm going with the Tribal Chief.
All right.
Rikishi probably would interfere. That's a possibility. That's a possibility.
It's a big possibility.
I'm looking forward to seeing this.
Me too. I want to see that match.
But wrestling fans, our time is up for the show of the Samoan Dynasty. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you enjoyed the legacy of the Samoan family, the names, the stars, everyone that was involved. Before we leave today, we did say we had a special announcement.
We did.
We are bringing to you October 26th. Thanks, David, for joining us. We appreciate it. We are, that's possible. Heyman might join him too.
Maybe.
We are going to have a 64-man tournament. It is called Night of Horrors Tag Team Massacre, a 2-part event. It was also done by our creative team, which we thank very much.
Yes.
We're gonna come up with a whole bunch of dream matches together. All teams from every single era we're gonna have, and we're gonna have like a dry erase board here soon with every single bracket, every single tag team, every single week. We have a show.
Woo!
We will do a match at the end of the show, maybe 2.
Of the show.
But that is what we're doing.
I think we should do 2.
We'll see how it goes. But that's what we're going. That was the announcement that we were going to make, and it is going to start as Evolution Madness.
Evolution Madness.
And it's going to lead up to that event, Night of Horrors Tag Team Massacres, and the winner of this tournament is going to get a dream match with the EPW Tag Team Champions, whoever that may be. So that is the announcement that we have. We hope you like it. We hope that you guys are going to enjoy that tag team tournament. We hope you guys are going to like it. But that is our announcement.
That is our announcement.
We're bringing a lot of tag teams into it. We're going to have a lot, and with myself, my son, my partner, and our creative team, we will be coming up with these tag teams, and it is going to be awesome. So for myself, Louis, the Encyclopedia of Pro Wrestling,
and Jay, the heel king of Pro Wrestling,
and for my producer and director, my lovely wife, Yesenia, please don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on TikTok. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a comment. Give us a like. Give us a share. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We appreciate you. We'll see you next week for nothing but wrestling talk. Peace out.